I don't know how to hype to go. Like,
It's a party, you invited, baby, let's go. Looking like Sabrina, so I gave her that espresso. Please look at me, I got potential. I always stay on beat, I don't need no instrumental.
Didn't finish college, but my resume's impressive. The dough I got unlimited like Olive Garden breadsticks. And you the only 10 I see, you must live out in Memphis. I'm throwing perfect pitches at it like I'm Anna Kendrick. Next question. Yeah, what's the move, baby? Gotta pull up. Everybody getting wild, 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 wild. Yeah, I clean up good, look at what I become. I bet I made my mama proud, proud, proud. Yeah, I know I'm not the one that you thought you'd fall in love with. Yeah, but I'm a smooth operator. Pull up, I'm in the mirror going wild, 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 wild.
1-800-DIAL-ME, wrote letters in her diary. We'll be together for forever. She be like, don't die on me.
Girl, I'm in the driver's seat. Hop inside my time machine. I wanna relive how it felt when you first laid your eyes on me.
Nah, this ain't Monopoly, but I'll still buy you property and take you on a shopping spree. It really ain't a lot to me.
Girl, I had to just flex. I won't bounce like my checks.
My phone is on Do Not Disturb, but I'll respond to your text.
And I can play the guitar, so you don't gotta fret.
I'll treat you like that MTV show, girl, you know that you next.
Next, yeah. What's the move, baby? Gotta pull up. Everybody getting wild, 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 wild. Yeah, I clean up good, look at what I become. I bet I made my mama proud, proud, proud. Yeah, I know I'm not the one that you thought you'd fall in love with. Yeah, but I'm a smooth operator. Pull up, I'm in the mirror going wild, 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 wild.
This night feel like my birthday. I've been working so hard Monday to Thursday. It's time for the weekend, just to begin. I'm saying here we go again, here we go again. This night feel like my birthday. I've been working so hard Monday to Thursday. It's time for the weekend, just to begin. I'm saying here we go again, here we go again.
Yeah, what's the move, baby? Gotta pull up. Everybody getting wild, 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 wild. Yeah, I clean up good, look at what I become. I bet I made my mama proud, proud, proud. Yeah, I know I'm not the one that you got you fall in love with. Yeah, but I'm a smooth operator. Pull up, I'm in the mirror going wild, 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 wild.
Happy Friday. We had football last night, which is awesome. So listen, my real first take on preseason football, which I don't put a lot of stock into it, I'll be honest, but I thought Caleb Williams looked great in his preseason game against the Bills. Obviously, there was a lot of talk about Shador when he played earlier in the first game of the preseason, Trey Lance. And I do feel like if you're going to, and I've seen a lot of this and I'm okay with it, say, hey, Shador looked amazing. He might want to be the starter. Caleb Williams looked amazing. He's going to, looking promising this year. You do have to start to look at guys if you're going to hold that across the board for preseason because they are playing against 2-3 defenses, but still NFL players. How about Tommy DeVito and even Tyson Bagent? Dude, Tommy DeVito, the Giants look good. I know it's preseason. Are they going to be the surprise team of the year? Steve, well, I'm glad you popped in for a little bit. That's my quick take. Going to go over my auction results last night, the most unique auction draft that I do for any fantasy football, but we're going to get to ripping because I know some of you guys are at work. So let's do score first. We're getting a 101 today. We have 2 101 guesses, $20 credit if you get it right. Tetra McMillan and Luther Burden are 101 guesses so far. Feel free to get it in. You don't have to be in the break. But let's do it. Good luck, everybody. Super excited to rip cards. Good to be back. Kids back in school this week, so we're back to rips. Gonna try to do more multi-year PYTs for football this year is one of my goals. So stay tuned for that. Appreciate you guys filling this pretty quickly. Gonna try to do some mix as far as higher end, lower end, for the people who don't want to spend a ton and want to be in breaks, some maybe who want to get in some nicer stuff. So here seems, I always ask you guys, who do you find yourself drafting the most in football? So I am in 2 keeper, bigger $100, well not bigger, but $100 keeper leagues. And somehow in both of those, I was able to keep, and it's salary keeps, so you have to base on, can't keep everyone. But I found myself last year drafting these guys, and I did it again last night in a redraft. Bucky Irving and Chase Brown seem to be my go-to guys. I know, Chris, I didn't get over there yet, but Chris was saying about elite megas have a lot of numbered stuff. There's Tyler Warren. Jackson Dart. So last night, but anyhow, they're probably my most consistent players I'm drafting, Bucky Irving and Chase Brown. And I'll tell you why Chase Brown. It's simply because I think the Bengals are going to average 40 points a game. For fantasy, I think that's just crazy. Travis Hunter, Cam Ward, Genty, and Milrow. Here we got a Micah Parsons out of 250. Want to talk about that a little bit too. So the way last night's auction draft for me is a little bit different than most auction drafts. Is if you've ever done an auction draft, obviously how it works. You get a budget. Most of them are $200, and you nominate players. So when you go around, and if it's your turn, you can nominate Ashton Genty. You can nominate Chase Brown or Jamar Chase, which is kind of nice. You can like set up people you don't want a player. You can nominate them, get people's money off the board, so fill their rosters faster too. The way the one I did last night is so different is because, I mean, every back worries with me an injury, Chris, but I don't know. All right, let me ask you this. Why do those two worry you more than like any other backs? Like say Derrick Henry, Christian McCaffrey, Saquon Barkley, all going ahead of them. Jahmyr Gibbs, who has dealt with injuries. So let me ask you this. Why do those two backs worry you more than Saquon, Derrick Henry, Jahmyr Gibbs, and Christian McCaffrey? 4 backs going in front of those two specifically. Then you get in a mix of like who else it might be. But I mean, okay, he's little. Bucky's little. Rachaad White going super late. So if you don't like Bucky, get Rachaad White. You can get him pennies on the dollar. Yeah. So was the only two that stayed healthy last year, and the top 5 running backs were Saquon and Derrick Henry, both pushing an age too. Ooh, is that a 101? No, Trey Harris out of 35. Hot rookies for the Chargers. Chargers going out to Fred Bell. So anyhow, the reason drafting in an auction league like I did last night is different is because you don't know when Saquon Barkley is going to get pulled. So you may hold money, right? And then he could wait till the end, and you're like, oh, now I got a bid. I don't want him. He's the only running back left that's good. All the other ones could be gone, which was the case last night with Derrick Henry. But like, for example, Derrick Henry was there. Some guys didn't have an RB1 yet, but they end up overpaying. Like Lamar Jackson went for $58 because he was the last good quarterback. 3 guys needed a quarterback, and there was only one top tier quarterback left. So 58. To put it in perspective, Allen went for 47. I got Joe Burrow at 37. So it's just like wild when you really think about it. There's a Cam Ward. So it's a really cool way to draft, but every year is different. You can't really prepare for the draft. You can have strategies, but I've never been in one of this particular draft where I've stuck 100% to my strategy because I thought it was another 101. Will Howard. Oh, it's an auto. Jalen McMillan. There we go. He's going to be out for a few weeks, it sounds like, out of 50. Okay, Chris. All right. I that's a take I wish I would have heard before I invested so much in it. But no, I forgot he's an Oregon dude, so you probably have your finger on the pulse a bit better. Appreciate the takes. What do you think about, well, go ahead and switch over to Chris, and I appreciate you chiming in. You guys can do that. How about, why do you feel, just Chase because he was injured a little bit last year? Is that your thing with him? There's Dion and Bo Nix. So anyhow, last night I got like Xavier Worthy for $10 pretty early, which I was good with that. Then I ended up getting Chase Brown, Bucky Irving for like 46 and 42. So a good chunk of my money. Then I get T. Higgins as he's going to be my wide receiver 1 next to Xavier Worthy as my wide receiver 2. So now I'm all in on Joe Burrow. I'm just going to stack the Bengals. It's 6-point passing touchdowns. So I'm going to pray that I can just get 40 points a game. He's moving up draft boards. Judkins. So is Tootin. Watch this offensive class no, not the quarterbacks, but this offensive class may end up panning out pretty nicely. What's his name, Chris? The Rams tight end. So yeah, so my starting lineup looks like this. I have Joe Burrow, and this is a 12-man league. Joe Burrow, Chase Brown and Bucky Irving, T. Higgins, Xavier Worthy, Evan Ingram, Stephon Diggs. That's my starting lineup. I like it. I'm good rolling with it. But it sucks because, oh, here we go. What up, Cam Scatabo? Giants, I think, oh, man, I think they're going to surprise people. I really do. I mean, maybe that's my love for Dayball. I wish he was still with Buffalo. New York Giants going out to Jason Mello with a Scatabo. Here's a Luther Burden. I was going to say, make it a 101. I like Score this year. Oh, I got him as my backup tight end. David Njoku. 250. Out of 250 there. So I have another live draft on Saturday. That's just a snake draft, though. Very, very different. Harold Fannin, Raheem Sanders. Here we got another card coming up, another numbered card coming up. There's a Jackson Dart. And out of 50, Matt Ariaza. Terrence Ferguson. I have to remember that, Chris, for a late round sleeper. You think he'll get good target potential? The punt god, Arias out of 50, drafted by the Bills, immediately released due to allegations. I still am bitter about that one. So going back to this draft real quick, here's the crazy thing. So my brother and I were actually in a bidding war for Burrow because he paid $64 for Jamar Chase. So he's like, I want Burrow. I'm like, I can't let him go. He's like the last quarterback I really want in 6-point passing touchdowns. Woo! How about this? Case hit. Showtime. Drake May, New England Patriots. Jason, bet you're glad you got him now. Case hit. Showtime. That's cool. Home and away jerseys. I love those cards. Underrated hit case hits. I don't care that it's in Score. I want to go back and remind you, before Kaboom's, Absolute was not a coveted product. Before Downtowns, Don Russ was one of the cheap. It was like right above Score. You had Score, and then you had Don Russ. Was like the next level up. There was like Prestige, Classics, but like the next major release was Don Russ, and that was like, it didn't. It just doesn't make sense that people don't buy into these case hits as much as they do other ones. What the heck's on this? That's such a cool card. It's time to order stickers. It's football season. I'm going to get a different stand here. Hold on. But, yeah, so the one thing about that league, so my brother and I were bidding on Joe Burrow, battling out. I spent more than I wanted to because he was just bidding me up. And sure enough, he waits. He ends up getting and I should have just got Knicks for $8 earlier in the night. I really should have. But ends up, Josh Jacobs gets pulled super late. Josh Jacobs goes for $27. Comparatively, Barkley went for 52. Derrick Henry went for 56. Christian McCaffrey went for 50. Bucky Irving, Chase Brown going for 40-some. So getting Josh Jacobs late at $27, just people didn't have the money. He just had money he was sitting on. So that's really cool. But another steal was Amon Ra, went for $24. It's just wild. Hardest league to draft in my opinion for me. There's Patrick Mahomes. There's another Judkins. And we're getting a lot of low-numbered stuff. Out of 35, Rondé Barber for the Bucks. A wider base. What do you mean, Chris? Like where it goes further along the card so it doesn't... Tell me what you mean. We should still have some autographs in here. Let's see. It should be one in here. Yep, there's one. Here we go. Here's Mark Gastineau at 250. Enemies of who's it? Favre. There's an Ashton Jeanty. Mason Taylor. Here's a Penix and a Daniels. Mason Taylor. Oh, okay, Chris. Hey, does anyone know what's going on with Brian Robinson and the Redskins? I keep hearing that he's not going to make they're going to drop him. I know they got that Merrick Crosby, whatever, who his name is, that came on in the preseason game. They also got, is Eckler out there? And they have someone else. But what's going on with Brian Robinson? He's getting drafted, or was getting drafted above those guys. There it is, Demador Lenore, McMillan, and this guy is just climbing up the charts. Emeka Egbuka. This one going out to the Niners. The Niner Nate Gogol. Not a bad box there. We'll recap that at the end. Obviously, we're going to go to Luminance next. Case hidden score is always nice. That's funny. We did pull another one out of that year when we did the 2-year mix. We got a Jaden Daniels. Oh, no, the Jaden Daniels was the rookie one. We had another guy, but that was our last box of score that I had in-house. He was from Oregon, Lenore. All right, good luck, everybody. Oh, so I want to talk about Micah Parsons. So I never know what to believe on Facebook, but I had seen an interview with Jerry Jones, and pretty much Micah Parsons and him had a deal negotiated, and it was just, obviously the two of them. Why he would ever talk to Jerry Jones without his agent present, I don't know, about contract stuff. There's a Marvin Harrison Jr., Ja'Cory Brooks, Tetra McMillan. So anyhow, they had a deal in place. And when Micah left the meeting, called his agent, he goes, he can send it, but we'll look at it. We're not accepting any deal. I don't know why you would tell him that. And so that's where they're at. And Jerry's like, I'm not renegotiating it. We worked out all these details. It seemed like it was kind of a snaky thing. Hey, I'll just talk to him, call him in for a meeting. We'll work something out. And, kind of almost like a, have the upper hand, power, muscle him up a little bit. Nakua out of 199. And there's a Marvin Harrison XL swatch. Is tongue cut on today? Oh. So just precautionary for that to get, so that it doesn't. Well, good luck to him, man. What time's that going down today? Kyle Hamilton. This is a guy I've been drafting way too much of, but I love it. Travion Henderson. And we have Jordan James numbered out of 249 and Trent McDuffie out of 199. No, out of 100 for the Kansas City Chiefs, going out to Rob Shelton. Oh, really? Well, best of luck to him, man. Hopefully it goes smoothly, and I guess always better to get ahead of it. Tank Dell. There is a Pierce Jr. out of 100. James Pierce Jr. and Ricky White. And how about this for the Indianapolis Colts on card? Tyler Warren. Derwin getting this one. Love this guy. Little white down in the corner there, but still a really nice card. In the Pro Look Uni, because it's 00. Tyler Warren. Yeah, you don't see a lot of Trent McDuffie autos, do you, Rob? Garrett Wilson, Riley Leonard, and Mason Taylor. I saw Taylor in the running back there. Dude, Jonathan Taylor went for $3 at the very end of the auction last night because everyone had their rosters full. No one had money. $3 freaking dollars. That's a steal. That's what I'm saying. There's no way to anticipate that. Neighbors. Oh, we got another on card. Here we go. Good little 2-box break. See who it is. There's Lenore again. Bowers. Mitchell out of... Here's a Mike Evans. Mitchell out of 299. And Omarion Hampton. Dude. What a 2-box break. We'll recap it here for you. Very, very nice break. Wow. Well, here we are. It's Mitchell out of 299. Adonai Mitchell out of 299. Pierce Jr. out of 100. We had Ricky White for the Hawks out of 299. Jordan James for the Niners out of 249. Nakua out of 199. Gaston out of 250. Some low print stuff here out of 35. Rondé Barber. Ariaza out of 50. 250 Njoku. Parsons 250. And the Trey Harris out of 35. And then our autographs, we had the one swatch card, Marvin Harrison Jr. Then the Demodore Lenore and Mason Taylor. But we had Cam Scatabo, Jalen McMillan numbered out of 50. Omarion Hampton on card. Tyler Warren on card. Trent McDuffie out of 100. And the case hit Drake May. Dude, plus a bunch of like rookie stuff to sleeve up here. Very, very cool break. I liked it a lot. Hope you guys did. I know it's not a lot of talking now. Guys are at work. Guys got stuff going on. I did have a WNBA blaster up if you're interested. Probably going to post some more stuff tonight. Want to get more fantasy talk going when people can talk. Friday night, maybe have a few. See what we can do. All right, guys. I hope you have a good Friday during the day. Hang out with me tonight. I'm going to get some pictures of these posted. I think it's a pretty solid break. And then, yeah, Nate, glad we got you a little something here. All right, guys. Have a beautiful day. If I don't see you, have a great weekend as well. Football, baby. We're so close. Jamie, I'll get information out about that this weekend as well. We'll probably be doing that this coming week, later in the week or on the weekend. We'll see what guys can do. I try to find the best time. So appreciate you guys. See you soon. Peace.